This is breaking news on Fox 31 Denver.
And good afternoon, Joe St. George coming on the air because we are awaiting Governor Jared Polis, another press conference updating the state of Colorado on the status of COVID-19. This is a live shot you see now from Centennial, Colorado, in the Emergency Operations Center there. This is where Governor Polis has been holding these seemingly every other day press briefings. Every state is a little bit different in terms of how governors are updating the public. The state of New York, the state of Ohio, they're doing it every day. Governor Jared Polis is doing it every other day. I just received a text message from their staff saying that the governor is coming down as we speak. You can see there he is now entering the briefing room at the EOC. This comes as with 69 deaths now reported in the state of Colorado, 509 hospitalized in the state, and that hospitalization rate is so important because that's what is putting a strain on so many healthcare professionals. We will turn down our mics now and now listen to the governor.
Thank you for joining us. Thank you.
Governor Jared Polis speaking from the Emergency Operations Center in Centennial, Colorado, about an hour press briefing. One of the many headlines today is that all schools, in-person learning in Colorado is now closed until April 30th. School districts are planning now virtual commencements for some seniors across our state. In terms of numbers, the deaths are now up 8 to 77 in the state of Colorado. The biggest hospitalization rate day yet, 103 increase from yesterday to today. Now 612 have been hospitalized due to COVID-19 in our state. The very latest tonight on Fox 31 News at 5, as always on KDVR.com. I'm Joe St. George. This has been a Fox 31 special report. Focus in on that hospitalization rate one more time, Aristide, because this is what medical personnel, doctors, nurses are so worried about. Again, as you said, 620 people in Colorado have been in the hospital at least for some point in time. We know that the majority of folks are still in the hospital because the average day is 20 days. As you said, 111 new cases today. Remember, folks, we want this to start going up and then going down, but right now this is heading one direction, up, and it's why the state is preparing for the worst tonight.
This is not a vacation. This is a pandemic.
Governor Jared Polis with another stern warning to the state of Colorado tonight. This as he announces a new decision to close all in-person learning in Colorado schools until April 30th. For the moment, individual school districts will decide whether the entire in-person school year will return at all. Online learning continues.
Colorado children will not fall behind academically because of their inability to attend in-person classes.
We also learned tonight the state expects the crisis to get worse in the coming weeks.
Models are telling us that we will see a surge that may overwhelm our hospitals sometime between April and July of 2020.
Scott Bookman is the incident commander for the Department of Public Health. He says the goal for the state right now is to create 3,100 plus new critical care beds in hospitals by April 18th. The state also wants 2,000 surge beds in non-traditional venues like arenas also by the 18th. The Budweiser Center in Loveland has been talked about as a venue to set up tents like we've seen in Central Park in New York.
This is where we're looking at larger facilities, arenas, convention centers, stadiums. It will look similar to what you're seeing in New York City right now in Central Park.
The commander also saying hotels are being eyed to possibly house patients with less severe symptoms. One more development today. The governor says gear is on the way from China, including 2.5 million N95 masks. That includes 10,000 from Hunan province, 25,000 face shields, and 750 ventilators. Governor Polis saying getting gear right now is tricky.
At one point, I even considered, should we send over our own state 747 to China and trust our negotiators to be able to fill it?
Governor Polis again saying to Coloradans, practice social distancing. It buys the state time, but based on these numbers, the state is running out of it. Again, on Monday, we had 88 hospitalizations. On Tuesday, 95, 111 today. And remember, just back on March 26, just a few days ago, we were at 36 and we thought that number was bad. This number keeps climbing, Aristea and Jeremy.